I'd like to tell you a story about my friend. She's had an interesting but sad life. Her childhood was chock full of traumas. Maybe more or maybe less than others, but a sufficient amount to affect her life in negative ways. In her younger years, she didn't do so great at being a good human. She was kind of a jerk, but the older she got, the harder she tried to make the right decisions. The last 10 years have been hard on my friend. Genetics gave her a loaded gun of health problems, but her younger years of bad life choices, and just plain ignorance about things, has landed her in very poor health. However, my friend has persevered. For this I am proud of her. She has spent 10 years being a divorced, single parent of 5 humans. During those years she had office jobs that never made ends meet. As you may know from your own life, when you live paycheck to paycheck, there's rarely enough money or time to make a career change. The bills and the expenses never cease. But she continued to persevere. During all those years of long commutes, jobs filled with hateful people, and constant parental stresses of raising children, her health declined. For several years my friend went to doctors and followed their instructions. She took their medications that made her sicker, she endured procedures and surgeries, and continued to get sicker and sicker. Somewhere along the way she took a job for a small, local businessman who appeared to be a man of the people. He appeared to be kind and understanding of her health problems. My friend gave 2.5 years of her life to this man and his business ideas. She always went above and beyond for the business. She took on extra duties when asked and always did a great job. She was a great, supportive coworker, and she never ever called in sick. Honestly, I don't know how she did it. She would get up each day, put on her mask of normalcy as she called it, and would trudge through the pain. The mask of normalcy meant a face of makeup. She showed up early or would stay late. And even as her health declined, she always showed up with a smile and a willingness to do her part. My friend's employer, let's call him Mr. Man of the People, had many shiny business awards on the wall. He loved to boast about his many successes, but he never cared to ensure that his employees were working in a healthy work environment. He catered to friends and allowed horrible bullying to go on in the office. He allowed blatant meanness to be commonplace there. When my friend would approach him about these issues, she would be told women just can't get along. He even suggested that my friend address the office bullies about their behavior instead of him. Weeks turned into months and then years. My friend continued to stay at the job because her health was declining and this job was close to home. My friend continued to be a great employee. She continued to always be there and always be reliable. Eventually the constant, unhealthy work environment, the constant money stresses, and constantly declining health issues got to my friend. She would cry daily. Sometimes it was driving to work, sometimes it was on her lunch break, or sometimes it would be during a restroom break. No one knew she was crying. She was good at drying the tears, refreshing the makeup, and returning to the stressful environment where no one was the wiser. After all, as her mom had told her her entire life, suck it up, buttercup. Everyone has problems. One day my friend decided to stop wearing makeup. She wasn't a high-maintenance gal to begin with. She always preferred a more natural makeup face anyway. She called it false advertising to wear layers upon layers of makeup anyway. My friend was silly that way. Still, she grew tired of reapplying the mask of normalcy throughout the day, so one day she opted to go clean-faced. She soon discovered she enjoyed going sans makeup, and her skin enjoyed it too. She still did her hair nicely each day, she wore the appropriate business attire. And most importantly, she continued to show up and be a solid member of the team. My friend was suffering in numerous ways, but she never let her work suffer because of it. The only thing my friend did differently was stop wearing makeup. A few weeks later, my friend went to work as usual. She showed up early, as usual, and proceeded to get to work. Mr. Man of the People called her into the conference room at 8:15 a.m. My friend was surprised to see the office manager was also in the room. Her employer then proceeded to say some of the following things. "This is your last day here. I'm tired of waiting around to see if you decide to get a new job. You don't fit the idea of the company moving forward. All you do is show up, do your job, and go home." He also threw in false accusations of how my friend didn't go above and beyond, and didn't take on additional duties. My friend kept her cool. She gave well-spoken rebuttal to every bullshit excuse that had been thrown at her. Then she reminded Mr. Man of the People that she is indeed dying from the side effects from several different diseases and medical conditions that she has dealt with for years. She looked Mr. Man in the eye and said, "It is clear that you have decided that you do not like me any longer, and you will say anything to get rid of me now." My friend was given a severance, which was nothing more than pay for her unused vacation days. She went to her office, put her few personal belongings in a box, and drove away shocked, hurt, and angry. My friend learned a very valuable lesson that day. If you are sick and dying, girl, be sure and put your makeup on every day, or else some asshole will fire you. That was 3 months ago now. It was actually a week before my friend's 48th birthday. The very next day I was born. My dear friend woke up and decided that she would not be abused and used any longer. She decided to take charge of her life, her health, and her future. She decided to embrace the power of her brilliant mind and change her vibrational frequency. She named me Po Rising, Power of Emotions Rising. Initially, I think I was born from her grief, but ultimately I am a beacon of hope and love. We will no longer be the sick and dying girl. We will no longer give our life to thankless, despicable people. We will rise and we will thrive. We are learning about better, healthier ways to live and eat and love in life. It is my deepest hope that you will come with us on this new life journey. I hope we can learn and grow and inspire each other along the way. We are learning about high vibrational thinking, meditation, replacing bad habits with healthy ones, and the power of healthy, whole foods. If you would like to take this journey with us, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being here.